What's up, YouTube? Yeah, man, it's your boy again. Guys, today we want to talk about the most humble people in Africa. I am not sure if there's any other nation, any other race, any other tribes, or any other people that are more humble than the people that I'm going to discuss in this video today. Join the conversation and let me know what you think about the people that I believe are the most humble on the African continent. Let's get into the video. But before we get in the video, we're always going to have some fun, right? Holla! Yook. Today, it's a scorcher in Cape Town. Man, it is blazing hot. Goodness, a lot of people went to the beach. A lot of people are in the parks. A lot of people are in the shade. A lot of people are at home. A lot of people are hiding from the sun. A lot of people are indoors. A lot of people are anywhere and everywhere except outdoors in the sun, obviously, because it is freaking hot, bro. Gosh, guys, today I want to discuss about. Today I want to talk about the most humble people I've met on the African continent. Well, not that I've traveled extensively through the African continent, but through all the foreigners that I've met throughout my life, through all the people that I've met through my life, through all the locals I've met in my life, from a religious aspect, from a social aspect, from political aspect, I haven't found any. I'm talking about a group of, not a person, right? I'm talking about a group of people, right? As a nation, because I've met a lot of them, and dude, these people are like the most humble people that I've met. Apart, apart from Rastafarians, right? I think these people, I think these people are the next best, most humble people, you know. And it's got nothing to do with religion. With the Rastas, we can say they're humble because of religion, right? But these people, it's just their nature, it's just their personality, it's just their culture, it's their tradition, as and from what I found out, it's like the generation before the current crop, right, were like ultra humble, super humble, right? And it's like the ones that are now, if you speak to some of them, they say to you the younger generation are becoming uncultural, unruly. It's because of outside influence. Like now they're here in South Africa, they beginning to think like us. They become unruly, and it's amazing just to see how these people manage to maintain a humbleness that is almost unmatched anywhere in the world. I mean, people, I am talking about the Malawian people. People from Malawi are so humble, man. I don't, I've never come across violent Malawians. I haven't seen Malawians being unruly. I don't even know if Malawians are even on the record as being criminals. I'm not saying that the whole country in Malawi is like that, but I'm talking about from my experience and the ones I've met, right? Dude, the most shocking, almost not say shocking, let's say unbelievable. The most unbelievable story I ever heard about a Malawian, right, was this Malawian man, and I'm saying a man. I think he was possibly a father, possibly a grandfather, but I know he definitely was a father at the time because he was a grown man, right? My uncle told me this story, right? He said he went He went to visit this man. He was working on a site, right? He was working on a site, and the site happened to be this yard, right? Property, and the owner of the property was overseas, all right? Somewhere in England, I think, or Germany or Switzerland. I don't remember where, but he said somewhere overseas, right? And he'd regularly call home to check on everything was going well because he wanted to he wanted to get updates on the construction that was happening on the site, the landscaping that was happening, and just the updates on on progress on the building of the property, things that were happening on the property. He said, my uncle said, he'd never seen anything like this, right? So the phone would ring. This man worked for the European man, right? The Malawian man worked for this European man. He would answer the phone. But before he answered the phone, because he knew it was the boss calling, right? He would go down on one knee and he'd answer the phone. Guys, I I cannot for the life of me fathom anything higher, any respect higher than that. I mean, can you okay, dude, picture this for a second, right? Your boss calls you and you have so much admiration and respect for your boss that every time your boss calls you on your cell phone, that before you answer your phone, you go on one knee and you take that call. I mean, that speaks volumes of the level of respect you have for your boss. Not only does that speak levels of respect for your boss, I mean, according to my uncle, he said the way that, well, judging from the living quarters and just the way that Malawian man spoke highly of his boss, he said you could see and you could tell that the boss held this Malawian man in such high regard that just the living quarters alone of the Malawian man in that white man's property was something that could be matched to almost any other person in an affluent suburb living in a house. You know, he says he's not talking about the area, he's just talking about the amenities that were afforded to this Malawian man. Now, obviously, I'm thinking this white man gave the Malawian man the privilege of living this blessed life, right? Due to sheer hard work, determination, commitment, and all the good qualities that go into making a great employee, right? And these are obviously the rewards of that, right? And obviously, I would think, I'd love to believe that this man, obviously, the Malawian man, had put in years with this European man, and he was just rewarding him for all the years of service, you know what I mean? Could have been maybe 15 years plus, maybe 20 years plus, who knows, right? But the level of respect of just that one, right? That just blew my mind, right? Then I go on and meet other Malawians, and true to God, right? Soft spoken. Yes, they laugh, they joke, and everything, and they just. I've never in my life seen a Malawian get loud, get angry, get frustrated. I've never seen that. I'm not saying they don't. Really, I'm not saying they don't. Trust me, believe me. I'm not saying that they're all perfect. I'm not saying that they don't fight. I'm not saying they don't drink. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying none of that. I'm simply saying the ones that I've met at different levels, at different occasions, whether it was was work related, social settings, whether it was just them having a party on their own in their own yards and having, dude, I am yet, I am yet to, I am yet to see or to hear about a Malawian that has committed a crime of some sort in South Africa, or a man that, and I'm not saying they haven't. I'm not saying there isn't any Malawian criminals. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I am yet to find out and hear and to see such, because they are, to me, in my view, so far, they are the most humble human beings that you could find. At one point, a lot of Europeans were looking to hire Malawians in their homes because of the level of respect, the discipline, the humbleness, the hard work, the ethic, just the work ethic. Man, it's almost unmatched, almost unmatched to anyone else on the continent, almost unmatched. So if you think you have a story, or you believe that you have something contrary to what I'm saying, or if you can corroborate what I'm saying, please drop a comment in the comment section below. You know what I mean? I'd love to hear your experience with Malawians. I mean, a lot of people may be thinking that I'm lying what I'm saying, or maybe think I'm telling fairy tales and just talking straight out of a fiction novel, because no such people exist in today's world. But I promise you, I have met what I would call the most humblest of people on the continent, in Malawi. Guys, it's unbelievable. Now, you know how we do? Let's get into the pros of being Malawians and what humbleness brings in all that. Next, we get into the pros. Holla. Alrighty, people, the pros of being a humble Malawian. One, just the personality alone opens doors for them. Guys, I don't want to lie. Being being a Malawian, right? It's just different. It's just different. So different. There's something there's something enigmatic about the way they carry themselves, right? Dude, I've seen I've seen a company. I've seen people tell people that there's no work. There's just absolutely no job, just based on their demeanor, right? And then as soon as a Malawian comes, bruh, it's I mean, there was just no work just a minute ago. There was no work. You told someone, or you told a group of people there's no work now. Then comes this man, soft spoken, real timid, real, and I've just seen this employer or manager, or whatever he was, just melt and go in, speak to someone, then told that man he must come back the next day after telling a group of people that there was no work. So what could that have been? You know? I mean, dude, for me, it comes down to personality and just the way he carries himself. Because it couldn't have been his talent, his work experience, because that the guy didn't even have a CV on him. He just humbly asked for any work, but it's the way he spoke, and it's the way he responded, and it's just the way he approached. I mean, that man was blown away. I mean, he didn't. There's a silent confidence that they carry that just makes you feel guilty by not offering them or giving them what they're looking for. You know, it's hard to explain this thing. It's almost like it's almost like it's almost like it's almost like you know how difficult it is to say no to a child. It's something like that. It's something you can't explain because it's easy to say no to an adult because an adult, you always have this thing that you can't fend for yourself. You can go get it, but as a child, it's different. A child cannot fend for themselves because they're just a child, right? And Malawians seem to have that type of innate, um, innate. I don't know what word to put here now because it, it's almost like it's almost like dude, there's just there's just no this the the dictionary. I don't think the dictionary can properly explain what I'm trying to explain. You know what I mean? It's just it's just a different type of approach that you have when you speak to a Malawian. It's just different, man. I mean, I guess that even if you have to shout at a Malawian for doing a mistake, for doing something wrong, I mean, just the way they would respond or just the way they would react would make you feel guilty for shouting at them, even though they're the ones who did something wrong. You know what I mean? Not that I've experienced anything like that. Not that I've seen anyone shouting at a Malawian and that. But I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to think of how they would react based on the way they act. You know, damn, bro. Pros of being Malawi, humble Malawian, bro. It's just open doors for you. It's just I don't know. I've seen employers just warm up to them. They just adore them. They just man, there's just so many pros at being humble as a Malawian. It's just so many. I just do it. It's just unexplainable, bruh. Really, it's unexplainable, man. Let's just get into the cons because the pros outweigh the cons. I mean, dude, I'm even speechless. There's just no words. Even the dictionary has not that many ways to describe Malawians in total. Really, I don't. Really. Yo, next we get into the cons. Hala. The cons of being a humble Malawian, guys. For me, it's simple. People will always take advantage of your humbleness. They always mistake humbleness for weakness. And trust me, Malawians are not weak. I mean, I don't know if it's because they're a small group that are in South Africa that they don't fight back on. They just take their losses, cut their losses, and move on. They don't fight back. They don't try to revenge. They're not vengeful. I'm talking about the ones I know. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the ones that I know, the ones that I've heard of. No one has ever said, done anything bad to the Malawian and then it's come back tenfold. And then, no, I mean, I don't know. Even in their relationships, I've never heard anything bad, like, they kill their spouses or anything like that. I haven't heard none of that. So a con is definitely that their humbleness is definitely also against them because I think at some point they'll get they get taken advantage of, just because they're soft spoken, they're timid, they're humble, and knowing that they're also desperate in a way for cash for money, they get exploited, and they'd hardly fight back knowing that they don't have anything else to fall back on, you know what I mean? So yeah, so for every pro there's a con and for every con there's a pro, there's a yin and a yang. So yeah, to me, I feel that that is the only possible con that I can think of when it comes to being a humble Malawian, man. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this topic and whether I'm on point, whether I'm wrong, or whether you have a different story to what I'm saying or what I'm presenting on this channel on this topic in this episode. Yeah, guys, road to 500. Thank you to all my 426 subscribers. On road to 500, God willing, road to a million, road to 1,000, then 10,000, 100,000, road to a million. God willing, inshallah. Hopefully, we get there. And I know we will get there because I hope the content resonates with everybody. I hope the word spreads. I hope you spread positivity. I mean, it's wrong for us to be praising good things that were meant to be good. You know what I'm saying? So my channel doesn't really. I don't really want to praise people who are meant to be doing their jobs, because if it's your job to do your job, I don't think you should be praised for doing your job. We should be thankful that you are doing your job, but I don't think you should be praised for doing your job. Do you understand what I mean? If your job is to water the garden, you should water the garden. I don't think you should be praised for watering the garden, but we should be thankful that you're watering the garden. So we don't need to be putting you on a pedestal because you watered the garden. Whereas opposed to people who want to be praised for doing, who's supposed to be doing the work, they don't actually do the work. So on this channel, I would like to actually point out that I actually like to point out the people who are not doing the jobs, who actually want to be compensated extra for doing what they're supposed to. So bribery, that's the thing I'm actually trying to get at. You know what I mean? So yeah, guys, this channel, we only promote positive things. We point out negative things. And if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're getting paid for it, why should we be praising you and giving you extra? You know, like border patrol people. You know, your job is to monitor people coming in and out. You understand what I'm saying? And if you do your job properly, you're getting compensated already by your employer. Why do I need to give you extra money for doing what you are supposed to be doing? Does that make sense? If everything of mine is in order, why should I pay you an extra fee if everything of mine is in order? I'd understand if none of my stuff is in order and then you do me that favor, then obviously I can understand that. You know what I mean? But if everything of mine is in order, why do I need to compensate you? Guys, corruption needs to stop. Guys, come on. It is ruining the economy, it's ruining the country. On that sad note and on that bright note, please like, please share, please subscribe. Road to 1,000. Hopefully I'll see you all there. Holla.